Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the After Action Report. We are very happy to have you here, including my friend Admiral Tater. His ship shop is available for the absolute best in wargame accessories. If you are looking for accessories to help you flesh out your game and just have tools to get better at your game, this is the place to go. If you have competed in Armada tournaments, odds are you've seen some of his stuff, but he does more than just Armada. So go to the website, check out what he's got, and find out what he can do for you there. Welcome to the show. I want to start off by apologizing for Thursday. There was an unexpected emergency for my opponent, and that left me without somebody to play. As we're getting closer to Adepticon, there are less people available as we are preparing for events, but we'll get into that here in just a few moments here with the rest of the crew. You will notice that we are a bit short tonight. Unfortunately, Nick could not join us. He has had a family loss, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. Mm-hmm. So how are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Doing okay. Chris, doing okay? How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Had a nice relaxing weekend, which is nice for a change. I didn't have someplace to rush off to, although I did get this in the mail this weekend.
Ooh. Oh yeah, let's go.
Looking forward to that. We are definitely going to have a presence. The three of us are definitely going to be there at Adepticon, and I will probably be doing some on-the-spot shoots of different games while I'm there, so not something that I probably will go live with, but I'll do some recordings and post them up on the YouTube later, so keep an eye out for that, but less than a week and a half away.
Oh, don't remind me. Oh, I have so much painting to do. Oh, no.
That's all right. I'm going to be going in.
Warhammer to paint. Oh, no.
You've got stuff to paint. I'm going to be going into a game tournament without really having much play experience with the game. So we're going to see how that works out. And I need to paint. Luckily, Cyberpunk is combat zone is actually a pretty easy and fluid system, so I'm hoping that will make it so I can at least represent fairly well at the event.
Yeah, people haven't looked into that. The Monster Fight Club's React system is like really good for quick. What's it called? Like rules. Like you just have character cards, upgrade cards, and then the rule system's super clean.
Yeah,
it's not a bunch of like reading.
It's not like a whole data sheet of special.
It's not a.
You're not building a dice pool.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, Leviathans.
Any news on Leviathans?
We were doing something. So we're gonna do some news here, I think, because there's a Tuesday news day, and so we got the latest one. Because I feel like we should at least bring up news for this game, right?
Might be useful.
Everybody, do you want to relay that?
Sure. According to the Tuesday Newsday, it's looking like the expansion fleets for Austro-Hungary, USA, and Japan are delayed until 2027. We might get one at the end of this year. Clearly, that's bad news, right? Along with the game not being at retail yet, which we're close to about when it should be, maybe?
I thought early April was what I was hearing.
I thought it was April 1st. I fully expect retail to be at Adepticon. If it's not at Adepticon, I am exceptionally worried.
I don't believe it.
There's got to be stuff at the CGL store. There's got to be.
I mean, I hope. I would be extremely hyped if there is.
Yeah, as a company, they have to have it there.
Yeah.
Sadly, I will not be able to pick it up there simply because I've already made commitments to pick it up at my LGS. So.
Well, I'm not even talking about buying it. I'm just saying it's got to be on the shelf. It's got to be on the shelf at Adepticon.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
got to be.
Because if there's not that or painted models in the booth, because even AMG, who hated Armada,
Had
still
big.
like had the
Well,
stuff around.
they'll have the models because they've had the models I've been looking at the models for like 5 years now. Every time I go to an event, they have them in the case. They're like the same prototype models they've been carrying around for like 5 years. Uh, but they better have boxes on the shelf in there
Because
with models.
this whole idea that when retail comes out, at some point after that, potentially soon, we'll see a points pass, is what I'm waiting for to really start working on a tournament player pack.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I've seen it now that pretty much all my fleet compositions that I've built over all the factions I played are very, very, very the same. Like
yeah.
there's only one meta gun, so it needs opened up a little bit. Some points need to go down on some of these other
Well,
options.
well. Listen, we know they have to go down because at Operation Hannibal at the event, they said the non-German and Empire fleets are getting a 15 to 25% fleet point uh, buff, like
Yeah.
extra ships. And this is an official CGL event. If they're doing 25% more Italian ships on the board, I better see 25% more points or
I
something
think
similar
I
on
think that's
points.
way too many. Like I would blow the shit out of people if I had
Yeah,
25% more Italian
a
boats.
whole extra cruiser.
Yeah,
Uh,
a whole extra cruiser? Are you kidding
yeah,
me?
listen,
I'd have Amerigo Vespucci too. Blow people away.
if they can't make the event work without huge point disparities, then they've got to
Yeah.
fix the points on the
And
ships. They got to.
and the internal balance of the cruise of the ship lines isn't the best. But I think it can be easily solved without with the minute you move away from all the ships being increments of 20 of each other, and you go, and they all have to be in within a band of like 200 to 240 points. Because
Yeah,
if you look at the game holistically, like across the cruiser line specifically, they're all in that range, and it does not make sense that all of them are in that range because there are clearly ones that are just bad, and
totally
they
different
should
ships.
not be 200 points.
Yeah, and ships like the Kaiser and even the British battleships should be like set pieces that are 500 points, 500
Mhm.
plus points.
Mhm.
Just like I mean, Armada is still the perfect example
Yeah, and like,
compared to like
and you
your
can't
Starhawk
make,
is 180 points.
yeah,
It is.
and you can do a bunch with math at the start of the game and be like, oh, we quantify this gun at this value, this armor at this value, this speed at this value. But the minute you actually play the game to optimize it under those assumptions, you very quickly realize what your assumptions of quantification were wrong about. Because
Yeah.
I do nothing but build blue yellow spam fleets because like I've built three of them now, one for each faction, and that's the only gun that I can take and take all of it because it's great range. It crushes stuff at close range. It brackets perfectly at long range, and the ships are just good. So as long as you're maneuverable enough for your faction and you've got a cohesive strategy and fleet design, you just blast people away and then you
Yep.
shoot some saturations guns at them when you got them, and then you just roast people. It's a little too formulaic, even for me.
Yeah. They got to open up. They have to open up options with having multiple other ships. Uh, to get
Mostly,
over
I think
having
the
those
the
issues.
green blue guns, like the French 75s, those are what are overvalued in the
Yeah.
game's the point design right now.
Torpedoes too. Torpedoes are
Yeah,
way overvalued.
Oh, yes.
we we play enough that we all like our play group meta quickly solved how to deal with torpedoes. So
Yeah.
I should like we're all
There's a
maneuver
reason.
Armada players, so we
There's
know
a
how.
reason I don't play torpedoes. I mean, I just don't.
Yeah, and there's a reason I only played six with Italians, which is the torpedo faction.
I find
Yeah. They're like
it
the
funny that
Canadian
they are the
unit.
torpedo faction when I feel like the French have more tools for manipulating the torpedoes.
Uh, yeah. For real.
Yeah,
That's a good point, Chris. Huge good point.
well, the Italian one's 50 points to move three of them a hex around, so it's okay, but it's
Yeah,
50
it's only one
points.
card. The French have like 4 torpedo admirals.
Yeah, I got one.
Which
I
is
got another
hilarious.
one that can give 3 range to my torpedoes. Ooh,
Whoa.
15 hexes. Whoa.
That
So,
would be good for the French with their black torpedoes.
yeah. Yeah. It'd be
Swap
good
them.
at that. Sure.
I just think it's so funny because like the French also have all those HE torpedoes, and then they have
The
the
previous
admiral that
the
turns
torpedo
torpedoes.
previously known as HE torpedo. Is that what we're talking about now?
It's still well, there's HE and standard yellows. So, which
Laugh at my Prince reference, Garrett.
it's
Come
got to
on.
be I don't listen. I I uh I don't think I think my personal theory is when they came with the FAQ and said that they're supposed to be standard torpedoes, is they just didn't want to go through the errata work of making them
Mm.
HE torpedoes in the ship cards. I think they were just like, you know what? None of the torpedoes were printed correctly, anyways. Not a single yellow torpedo is printed correctly. So they just said, whatever. They're just standard yellow torpedoes now.
Mhm. You
Oops.
say that, but then on the other hand, they then said, no, actually, we wrote the turret fighter rules right. And all that stuff about us pretending that they weren't real beforehand, just ignore all that. Like
Oh
we
yeah,
got it the first
they
time around.
add the machine gunners to the card.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like,
it's really annoying.
okay.
They should have released a picture with the correct card to print off. Uh,
No,
'Cause they don't.
we're past physical product. The industry standard is GW and they like a codex is invalid 2 weeks after it comes out. So like that's the market standard
2 weeks
nowadays, man.
before it comes out.
No, the facts come out after release. Trust me, I know.
This is and they've got internal uh, changes.
They already know what's gonna come. Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
so essentially,
it's
buying
all
a
that.
GW product is like buying a new computer.
It's buying you're
It's
buying a
obsolete
code.
by the time you get it out of the box. You know?
You're buying a code,
You're
and
buying a code for the app.
I use my book. It's a sturdy shelf. Okay, it's a good shelf. Um,
I referenced the
I'll
paint in mine.
I'll just say this. Because we sound kind of downers. I still like the game a lot. Like
Oh, I
Leviathans.
love
Like this
playing
is
it.
still like a great like I can start playing this game in like 10 minutes, throwing
Mhm.
dice,
Mhm.
moving my ships around. It's still
Mhm.
awesome.
And
Um,
my fleets, even though they're optimized and they're all the same thing, the play patterns are wildly different between what Italians do
yeah.
and what British do and what
It's
French
also
do.
it's a satisfying loop. Like I played
Yeah.
like Armada had the same problem, right? Fleets were pretty optimized after you
Mhm.
play a while. You play the same thing. Some people play the same fleet every tournament for years.
Forever.
But it's like a feel good mechanic because like everything just works,
Mhm.
right?
Well, I mean,
You're moving
the
around and
simple
throwing
fact of
dice.
the matter is you can enjoy a game a great deal and realize that it is not quite balanced for competitive play yet. And
Yeah,
that's I
100%.
think that's what we're looking at
And
right
it's
now. Is
and I will say it's completely unfair to tell a company that it's got to be okay out of the gate because no
Oh,
game
no.
comes okay out of the gate. None of
yeah.
them. Not a
We're not
single
even
game in
released
the
yet.
history of the planet, yeah, has come out even like okay.
Even close.
But you know, if they reach out to us, we are more than willing to help them out in balancing this.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of data.
Yeah, we
I don't
do
know
have a
if they
lot of
ever
data.
listen to us, but and like we love the game. There's just like some stuff to like to
They
hammer
can just
out.
watch me push turret fighters around and me go rat-a-tat-tat people, and that should give them
Yeah,
enough knowledge.
like 3 turret fighters, 2 fighters,
Yep.
5v5.
Yep.
Blow all your torpedoes up. Those are
Now I
useless.
think I might flex into an interceptor now.
Oh,
For
to
that
counter
second fighter.
the
Help you win the squad battle. I'm thinking about it. I
Um,
also had 4 fighters fail to shoot down a torpedo, so that wasn't cool.
that was pretty funny.
It wasn't funny. It was terrible for me.
You also failed to shoot me with your turret fighters. I will say this.
True.
Listen, if Bren or anybody's listening, please fix the very heavy bomber. My God, it is so bad for 60 points.
Can you fix it with points though?
Well, speaking of balance here, let's talk about today's subject here, which is the invasion scenario.
Yeah,
which-
let's talk about this. So invasion comes from Operation Ragnar.
Yep.
Which is the Russian British Empire campaign is like the main antagonist. So this is a new scenario. I like how it's called new, even though the game released with it. But anyways, side effect. Chris, have you got to play this? Have you played?
I have not gotten to play it. I have watched the game where you played Nick with this.
Okay.
Which is the latest episode that is actually up on YouTube. And yeah, that's something.
That was some of my best dice of all time.
Well, everybody when they're playing Nick apparently has bad dice, and Nick has good dice. I don't know how that works out. It's just nightmare.
Man, he almost got me with him too when we played recently, but I had to give him the what for. So he almost got me with him. It was bad.
Man, this thing's wild. So I think off the top, let's just. I'm gonna read what it is. Or listen, Invasion.
And we've got it up on the screen for you guys to follow along at home.
Okay, so after you like set up and decide who's first and second player, blah blah blah, and then you place the map down, you decide where these control points are going to go. Okay, so player 2, okay, the guy
who didn't pick Invasion.
Right, the guy who didn't pick Invasion gets to place the first control point tile. And these control point tiles are where these troop transports we're going to talk about are going. And it goes in the middle 5 hex rows. All right, 5 hex rows without overlapping a mountain. Player 1 then places a control point in the same spot, but at least 2 hexes away from any other control point. And then player 2 places the last one. Also 2 hexes away, not on a mountain. Okay. And then player 1 gets 3 troop transports. Yep. And let's talk about these troop transports real fast.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture of that. That's where things get really spicy, in my opinion.
Do you want a strategy segments, or do you want to go through everything?
What do you mean? I'm just going through the setup real fast.
Okay, so you want to go through everything. So then keep going.
Yeah.
I feel like this is worth going through everything because it is a pain in the ass.
The most important thing that the first time we played this, we missed on the first round, is that the troop transports are Type 8 ships, which means no matter what, they are going first before anybody's battleships or anything like that. Type 8 ships. And then they have, 8 total slots. So on the front, it's 1 through 3, 4 through 6, and then on the sides, same thing. They have steering gear. So they have an MP of 7 movement points, and then they have inter-hex before turn of 3, but as long as their steering gear is attacked, it's 2, right? And then they got 2 engines, and then they have some armor, and then a crew slot on the front.
And what's their SI?
20. They have a structural integrity of 20, which is a wild amount of structural integrity.
Bonkers number.
These things are stronger than most factions' destroyers.
Cruisers.
Yeah.
And some cruisers.
They're stronger than Italian cruisers, yes.
Now, the first time we played this, I did not register in my brain that they had a structural integrity of 20 because I played Germany. So when I saw the 20, it didn't trigger in my brain that this was unusual. And I was really
you didn't know what you were getting into is what happened.
No. Yeah. And but they were my train trainers. I was worried about them, but I shouldn't have been. Anyways, they have no guns but anti-air guns. They got a blue anti-air. All right, so that's our troop transports. And they act as their firing arcs are like a type 1, which is important for damage arcs. Anyways, so the first player gets 3 of these bad boys. All right, now they get placed. So not only do you get these stupid transports, now you get to use them to out-deploy your opponent as well. So not only do you have 3 extra ships with structural integrity 20, now you get to place all of them or not, or not. You don't have to, but who cares? Put them down, plus your planes, and so you've seen your entire opponent's deployment strategy at this point, which is great.
Good luck having enough hexes in your deployment zone, so you better pick the right map.
Yeah. Another
I'm
important
going
thing about
narrow.
these troop is so they're pretty fast, they're maneuverable. And then if you, in the course of this game, get a troop transport to land on a control point, and it is alive at the start of the next turn, you score 200 points. 200. So a potential 600 points if you land all three on 3 different control points.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the enemy destroys one, they get 150 points. And this will be the hardest 150 points you collect destroying these things. We'll talk about that. And then if at the end of the game, if nothing happens and there's still control points on the board, player 2 gets 100 points per control point. And these are added to your standard score of killing enemy ships and squadrons, or fighters, I guess we should say in this game. So that's the setup. All right, now another thing with these troop transports is if you have a ship adjacent to the troop transport, when player 2 is shooting at a troop transport, they have to remove a die from their dice pool
of their choice.
Oh my gosh, that one thing, I think if they remove that from this scenario,
it'd be more playable.
would probably fix a lot. Because let me tell you, that one die changes everything when trying to destroy slots.
Do you happen to know if Hannibal is set to where one player is always player 1, one player is always player 2?
I don't know.
Okay. Because that might be the issue with the campaign, why they're giving the points to the defender factions, because invasion is too skewed because of the minus die thing. But
no, I think
pure supposition on my part.
That's just tangent. They said it's because Germany and Britain just smash. Because
I mean,
if you hand a new player German battleship,
Russia and Italy are the hardest factions to play. So duh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, all right. From the top,
set this thing up.
From the top, let's talk about. Let's just go through it and do player 1, player 2 strategy. Okay. Player 1 strategy setup. You only get to place one of the 3 control points in the game. Okay?
Yeah.
After player 2 places the first one, I'm of the opinion that you place your control point exactly 2 away from that first one.
I 100% agree. Works every time.
Every time. Because then you say, we have to fight here, come and get some. Because you're going to have to shoot at my transports instead of me, and I'm going to shoot you. For player 2, for setup, you need to put that third one all the way to your side and somewhere way away from the other 3.
Yep.
Potentially. Next setup thing. For player 2, you're controlling the map, and the map pick for invasion is really, really important. You do not, under any circumstances, want those transports to be able to hide within 8 hexes of a CP behind a mountain. Because the minute you let them do that to you, you are cooked. Straight up cooked. Because they're going to sit there. I'm going to cackle with glee. I'm going to have my transport full stopped sitting there.
Yeah.
And then defensive screen it with another boat and go, haha, and then go turn all three of my transports onto all the objectives I can get to and say, shoot them. Do it. They're expendable. And then send my whole fleet into you because you have to shoot them. And then when you shoot them, I shoot you with my whole fleet, and I might just table you if I'm playing the right faction. Like British, if I was playing my British fleet and you shot transports for a whole turn and I got to shoot you with all my like 4.7s and my 12-inch guns, oh, you're cooked. Like you're done. No game. Like I'm getting 400 points. Well, I'm getting 1,000 points plus like 600, and I'm going to the
Plus,
next round of the
yeah.
tournament. Like you're gone, real bad. So potentially narrow, depending on the faction you're up against. Maybe open. I think open is an extremely risky map to pick now that I've
Uh-huh.
played more and
Uh-huh.
I've played other than Italians because the minute like with British, if you give me open, that's really good for me because I don't have to care about anything, and I potentially just say no clouds and we just brawl, and I'm really good at that, like with my fleet. Um, you
That's
probably
pretty much
don't want to
what
play
British
heavy.
do.
Yeah, I I generally like playing. I don't mind playing medium with British either. Like the mountains are fine because it's all about capping team. I'm figuring out this whole idea of how to play with this capping the T more linear play style, where Italians are very like maneuverable and like uh punked for lack of a better term, like very decisive and engage in one
Yeah.
point and the game's over. Whereas British are much more about angling your battle line so that your bow is covered by a heavy cloud or a mountain, and then when and like the whole crux of the game is when do you make your Gefechtsstellung or when do you come about to present your guns. Like
Yeah.
it's cool how different the playstyles are with just a slight tweak to one less hex of movement and one more hex of enter before turn. It's really cool that the game becomes very different. So that's why I keep coming back to play it, even though
Yeah.
like my fleets are similar. The play is very different.
Yes.
Um, you probably don't pick heavy, I don't think, because it just gives the boats the
Too many
transports
places
too
to
many
hide.
places to hide. A decent approach might be you pick Highland Mountains 1. So there's the three channels, right? The three channels on each side. And that segues into my next point. As player 1, you probably heavy cloud and you put it at the choke point where they're coming toward where player 2 is coming towards the control points because that
Yeah, because
slows them down.
you want to not only to slow it down, but you want to prevent them from starting to shoot these transports
Turn 2.
in round
Yeah.
1 or 2. You want them if you can stop them from firing these transports till round 3, they're not going to kill them. And they're not going to
It's
kill
so
any of your
hard.
ships either.
Oh yeah.
There's just not enough time left in the game.
Now, on the flip side of that, depending on the faction you're playing, I think that you can still play. You still do a heavy cloud with player 2 because you are slowing down the transports. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. I think it's player 2 into invasion is very hard. At this point, I'm just banning it instead because I like wins. So
You
that's
can't.
on me.
Yeah, if you want to win games, you cannot play this scenario.
Yeah.
It's
Like we haven't
it's practically impossible to win as player 2.
and there's not tournaments coming up or anything, so I don't feel the interest to put in the effort for me to just sit down and do nothing but play invasion with any given fleet to figure out a strategy.
Yeah,
I
no,
could, but I'm doing other
I've
stuff
got an
right
idea for strategy, but it's like hard pressed.
Now,
now.
I want to throw this out here just as a question as far as tournament play would be concerned. Given that this is part of a campaign, do you think it would really officially be part of a tournament
It
selection?
says it's part of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It specifically says in the mission stuff, not good for standard play too, y'all.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we all went banned.
The following is a new scenario that can be used both with this campaign and in a standard game of Leviathans.
Right.
I do think that the only reason that player 1 is even viable at all at the competitive level is because invasion exists. Because otherwise, there's just no missions that are worth caring about. There's no way to fork your opponent.
I like control points, but
yeah, but
I like
you can with having invasion, you can present invasion as player 1, and you can look at their fleet comp compared to your fleet comp, and then you can force them to have to play a mission you're actually advantage in between tug of war and control points.
Yes, I think with invasion in the deck, if somebody prevents you any scenario, you can't say no to that scenario because they're just going to put invasion in front of you.
Yeah. Or they give you invasion first and go, I could do something worse.
Right. So.
Can you do something worse?
We talked about maps and clouds. So you, as player 2, as player 1, you want clouds. But
I think player 2 is more up in the air.
I think no matter what, it depends on what faction you're flying, if you want clouds or not. 100%. Because if player 1 is Britain with snipers and you're Italy, you want clouds.
Well, if you're Italy, you're bidding 20 points and you're playing nothing but you're putting down nothing but two light clouds because your faction does not function without those.
That's true.
Let's be real. Let's use a different example.
That's true. All right, France. France needs the time to approach so that they can get up there and turn Jean Bart and shoot people. But anyways, let's talk about the real problem with this scenario, and that is how to kill a ship. Transport style. So they're 20 SI. So as everybody knows, that means when you do a breaking the keel roll, you got to roll 20 or more to kill it. Now, most ships, if you're shooting the front off them, they usually have 6 slots, right? 6 slots. And if you're shooting the front of a ship and you destroy 5 of those slots, let's say, you get 2 digits to add to your break the kill roll. So 4 slots are destroyed or damaged, you get 2, 4, 6, 8, plus the number you add to your red dice, right? All of a sudden, getting 20 is not that hard, right? No. Now, the true transport only has 2 slots on the bow. And it's really easy to fly these transports so that the enemy can only ever shoot the bow. So, now, max... destroyed 2 slots. That's 4 points. So now you only ever get to add 4 points to each breaking the keel roll. And if you fail breaking the keel, you just reduce the SI by 1.
You failed breaking the keel roll, you're really, really screwed.
And there's 3 of these transports.
Yeah, that's the big problem in my mind. With 3 of them, one of them is getting away. Period. I mean, I don't see.
No matter what, one is landing, and then, so let's say you fail to break the kill roll like 2 or 3 times, which you're going to, just by the math. It's just going to happen. You're not going to roll 20. It's not going to happen. So you're going to slowly crank that SI number down to 14, which is where it needs to be. 14, basically, to make sure that your red dice actually add to 14 with the 2 slots in the front. And now you've destroyed 1. Of course, now that to get down to 14, that's 6 breaking the keel rolls. That's 6 breaking 6 shots.
You needed 2 shots to knock out the locations. You get 1 breaking the keel off of the location destroy. So you get that one for free. And then you need 6 additional. So you need at least 8 attacks. So,
and let's not forget you're taking a die away from each of those attacks because they're keeping it close.
We're not even talking about that play yet. Yeah. Okay. The sheer function of defensive stats in Leviathans is not will your armor do anything. It's not a question. Any player is always going to fire at you in an optimal solution that says your armor doesn't matter. All that matters is the volume of attacks that you take. All it is time to kill. So whenever you're in a game situation, and I've been learning this recently, absolutely do not give your opponent the easiest shots to get additional adds to your breaking the keel. Like Garrett did that in a game where he flew Jean Bart away from me, and I was able to shoot him in the rear, and that put so much extra SI onto so many extra damage bonus onto my BTK roll that it decided that game. The better play almost every time when you're in a damage situation like that is to full stop your battleship and spin it around. because then I have to fire at a whole new fresh side, and it's at least 6 attacks out of my fleet to get through to have another chance.
And then you
Which
spin
is
again.
which is probably it's most of a fleet's firepower if you're damaged, depending on the values. Now, let's talk about the next thing. God forbid they reduce your attack by die 1. That means you have to bracket each attack. You know what happens then? We need 16 guns of attacks, y'all. 16.
Just to get to the break and the keel.
Just to get to a chance, right? Now, you could also try to attack the troop transport from 2 zones so that you get +6 to the roll. But I'm finding that when you get to a +10 on the check, like when you're at SI -10, your ship is what I like say in my mind, at risk. And when you're at when you're SI, when you're damage, okay, let me put this in a better way. When your damage bonus of the roll is SI -10, your ship is at risk. Because we've seen a lot of spiked dice where an ammo locker gets hit and a ship just blows up.
Yeah.
I target, like, my strategy about killing ships is I'm looking to get my damage bonus equal to the ship's structural integrity -8, which means that I generally have a 70% chance to kill that ship on that BTK roll. And a lot of times I don't even need to get there, because when you hit about like 9, it's like a 50-50. When you're down at like damage bonus of SI -8, you're talking like 70-ish% chance to blow it up. So, how do we get to that much damage bonus on a troop transport? Well, you get 4 from getting through one of its zones, and you get 1 additional for each other zone. So you're looking at total you can possibly get off of one of these dumb things. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total. Which means that if you destroy literally every slot on the ship, it's only at risk. Therefore, we have to shoot through it multiple attacks.
Yeah.
We have to hit 2 zones, and we have to hit them multiple times. That is an entire fleet's turn of output of damage. And how we're talking about the game is the defensive aspect of the game isn't about not getting damaged. It's about getting damaged slowly. That means that the attrition for player 1 is wildly in their favor. Wild.
Yeah. Because now they're shooting at your ships, and you're not shooting at their warships. So that's game. So so the troop transport is more difficult to kill than any destroyer in the game, by far. All because of, and I don't know what the thought process. I think they didn't want to put the normal 6 slots on each side because they thought it would make the ship weaker for some reason.
Doesn't it look
I think it was more along the lines of. I think it probably was more along the lines of they didn't want to make it as complicated as a regular ship and didn't think about what the numbers meant.
Potentially. Now, I don't want to say they didn't think. I want to say that maybe somebody didn't bully player 2 enough with this scenario in playtesting. I think that's what happened. So, all right. So I'm player 1. Easy win in the bag. As player 2, all right. Here's my next plan with this game, Invasion. I don't shoot the transports at all. Don't shoot the transports at all. And I make every effort to make sure that I control the control points in a way that the transports can't land on them.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think
when I need to, I ram the transports.
I think that's the play.
That's it.
I'll say my going strategy right now is mostly kill 1, and that's about all you can get.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the numbers of that. So if I kill one transport, that means I get what? 100 points?
If you kill one, you get 150 points.
And you'll
Yeah.
get an extra
And then-
100 points at the end of the game just
And then
because
at
there's
the
a
end of the
control
game-
point that hasn't gone away.
Mhm. So you get 250. You let them deliver one. There's no way you're going to stop that. Okay? They get
Yeah.
200. You have to do everything physically possible to make sure that that last stupid boat doesn't end the game on that third one, because then you win you win the objective by 50. I think that's the only line you can play that's reasonable. You cannot shoot at multiples of these dumb things because you just won't kill them.
No, you
Like,
won't.
at
And it's
all.
hard enough to
Like,
kill one. It
you're not
almost
gonna
destroys
kill
the
him.
game to killing one.
And you're going to get your fleet blown up anyways if you try. Like, all you can do is you can take your first turn of fire and put all of it into one transport, hope you kill that one, and then proceed with a regular game, being down one turn of fire into the enemy, which means you probably lost anyways, but maybe you can pull it through depending on the faction.
Sorry,
And
That's it.
like,
I
That's the
I
one
have
strategy.
well, I have a thought on it, but I'm not as experienced as you two are in the game yet. But I need to. I was wanting to double check on the rules. I feel like there might be a strategy for offensive screening. If you are going after the transports,
mhm.
make sure that the transport is in between you and their fleet. And
Well,
you have
the
the
only
movement
defense for
available.
that-
You have to have the movement available to be able to do it. So I haven't looked at it that closely yet.
Depending on what they put next to their transport to give it the dice bonus, you can offensive screen through that because offensive screen has to be larger. So if they're defending with their battleship and you come at an angle where you can offensive screen with your whole fleet through their opponent battleship and then shoot at that one transport, that is a line that's playable. Yes. It's difficult, but it is a playable line.
Yeah, it would be almost impossible to pull off.
You'd at least not get shot by their whole fleet, which is like really critical.
Yeah, but they've got to move in a way to allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, in case people are wondering, you can put clouds on the control points. Nothing stops you from doing that.
I don't.
Let's say
He's checking. On the spot research, guys.
Oh, never mind. A cloud tile may not know.
Okay,
cover up
okay.
Fine.
Okay.
You just have to put it adjacent to it.
You were just blowing
Yeah.
Ruben's mind there.
Got me with that pod strat. Like, what?
Yeah, no.
A month
'cause
ago,
that's what
where we had the two of them next to each other,
Yeah.
you put the giant cloud right in between them. I was like,
Yeah.
well, shit.
That's what I was thinking of. Which is, you could do that. Nothing says
Yeah.
you can't put it
That's
adjacent to
great.
the objective. So you get to slap a big old heavy cloud right there and really slow down what's going on, and then park on the objective.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, come on
I
in.
think probably the least mathematical variance way to approach invasion is to not interact with the mission with dice.
Right.
The only way to manage, well, even then, what you're doing is you're saying, I will stake this game on a coin flip of a guts check instead of shooting a bunch of dice. It's not actually a guts check, whatever it's called, where the ram check. I don't know what the actual term for it is. I just use guts check.
What's it called? Nerves of
Steel. Yeah.
Steel, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Although I think you should just be able to ram them. I don't know why we have to nerves of steel. It's a troop transport.
Right.
That's another possible fix. In the future, the strategy we're talking about now is absolutely going to change when Austro-Hungary comes out.
Yes.
Because they will deeply affect this meta structure that we're playing under right now, where it's always invasion and then fork you with it. Because
Yep.
Austro-Hungary will go, oh yeah, I'll play invasion, bonk, and then Prague just ran you to death.
I hope we don't have to wait until 2027 for them.
Yeah.
Why does it feel like an orc build?
I mean, like they fight in the boats and they can't really communicate, so their crew aren't as good. They like ramming and boarding.
We're gonna paint all the ships red.
It sounds familiar. I don't know.
It's a very Austro-Hungary thing.
If one of them's called Rock, I think we're onto something.
Wow.
Or Austro-Hungary.
We're establishing the memes now.
Man, weren't even.
Not
Orcs
even
are good at
released
fighting
yet.
them. They're not good.
They're not gonna fight.
Apologies to all the Italians who died in World War I. I'm sorry. It was rough terrain. Okay.
How many battles of the Caporetto were there? 14,
8.
right?
Wasn't there only 8? I think there's 8. It's a lot though.
There was a lot. A lot of the same spot.
Oh man. So anyways, yeah. That's invasion.
So you're saying the strategy is your opponent shows you invasion, you say no, and then deal with whatever they bring.
That's right.
That's
an interesting game. The only way to win is not to play.
Yeah.
That's really what this is. And it's all because of that stupid 2 slots in the front of the troop trainer. If there were 6 slots, whatever.
It'd be playable.
I could kill it. I could kill it fast.
Or if it was 18 SI, be reasonable.
18 SI, yep. Yeah, 20
attacks.
SI. These are they're both
tanky.
and the worst part is if you roll at it and like you don't damage the slot.
Dude, it's heartbreaking.
Like if you bounce off the first roll, you're recoverable.
Yeah, what is the target to break?
On the front, it's with the armor intact, okay? +1. It's 12 and 13 or 11 and 12. And on the sides, it's 11 and 14.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that 14 is a menace.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And
what's the location dice?
On the front, it's red. On the sides, it's black. But it doesn't matter because like you're losing a die anyways. So.
Okay. You absolutely have to bracket here.
Yeah,
you have to. There's no way.
You can't.
I mean, I used to would think that you just bring a spotter and you'd be fine, but well, that kind of changed with the FAQ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I even had it.
But the location's damaged, you might not have to bracket anymore if you're at close, but otherwise you probably have to bracket. Maybe.
It was wild playing Nick in that video we just posted. I was shooting. I had targeted every ship for 2.5 rounds at 2 transports. Every German ship I had, 2 Griefs and the Kaiser, and turret fighters. To like, because you can take the crew off the front, and that like gives you an extra chance, basically.
That's actually really important.
Rounds. Yeah,
actually. Oh, yeah. You need to put your turret fighters into all their, because don't they have a rear crew?
Nope, no recruit. Only 1 crew.
Just one in the front.
You just take out the one, and then you blast away and hope that your red dice roll 2 10s. For real, like the first roll, they got to roll 2 10s.
Yeah, I don't even feel good about it with British keel cracking.
No,
it's better. It's definitely
keel cracking is about a +2.
Yeah.
So if you need whatever bonus, if you have kill cracking, reduce it by about 2, and that'll be about the same. So you would need like 14 bracketed attack, 14 guns in bracketing instead of 16. So like, I think my My current British fleet has like 11, not counting saturation guns. So it's potentially possible that I win
Yeah.
round one. I want to try it.
Yeah. I think the other thing is like the fact that as player one, you can just sit your troop transports back until round 4, and then on round 5, go 7, and then on round
Jump.
6, go 7,
Yeah.
and then like you've presented 0 time for the enemy to kill your transports. Because 14 hexes is enough length to get to 2 of those control points.
Yeah.
Typically,
And you double
if you move
cover
up a little
one.
bit. Yeah.
And now they can't chain rhyme you off of them either.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I think generally the missions have clearly they didn't test the missions in the context of I'm going to play 5 rounds of this game over 2 days and I need to win all 5. Okay? We're winning all 5. Because there's a lot of these ones that go, oh, well, if I'm going to lose, my best play pattern is to just not play and take a
Yeah.
0.
And like we can't put words in the playtester's mouths
Oh,
because I
no.
don't know. But like
Of course not.
it seems like a lot of the decisions were based off the scenario skirmish, like just
Mhm.
1v1 deathmatch.
Mhm.
Because even in Armada, there is a bunch of trash objectives
Oh,
that are just
like
impossible to play.
there's only 9 that are actually good and playable. Maybe 12.
For
And
both
that's
players specifically.
out of a deck of like this many Armada ones. So the fact that this game has half that are playable is better.
Yes. Yeah. So huge props to that because like
Yeah.
there's no like Fire Lanes mission
Yeah.
where you could score like
And
400 points.
and if we tweaked a
For free.
couple to so that breakthrough and oh probably
Tug of
not.
War.
I think Tug's fine.
It's pretty good.
Control points is good. Invasion is fine.
What's the
Skirmish
one?
is just boring. Breakthrough and reinforcements. Like if we tweak those two, make them a little more meaningful to be picked by first player, then we'd have a really, really good ecosystem for competitive play. Right now we've got a solid triangle, but bringing those 2 other ones in as like nice little flex ones where you can kind of fleet construct around them a little bit I think would also help diversify the meta.
Yeah.
Well, I think that pretty much covers. I think that pretty much covers invasion. So, want to mention that right now we've got a lot going on, getting ready for Adepticon. I am going to try to get you a game on Thursday for stream, but I can't guarantee it because most of the players are kind of getting ready for Adepticon. Then, of course, I am going to actually have a game at Adepticon, so that's going to be something nice. We'll bring the rig and everything, and I'll be recording stuff from different parts of Adepticon. So it's not going to be all about Leviathans. It's not going to be all about Armada. You're going to see a lot of different stuff from what I do on that. And then when we get back, we have a show, and we're going to have an Adepticon show, and And the Adepticon show is going to be a bit different because, again, it's not going to be all Leviathan. Adepticon is going to be about what we did at Adepticon and all the cool shit that we're going to see and do while we're there. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that.
My monthly StarCraft war game mission quota.
Did you put your pre-order in like Traffic asked you to?
I can't say anything because I only get a once a month quota, okay? So I'm saying mine. I did mine earlier last episode, so now I'm not saying anything. And then after Adepticon, it'll be April, so I'll get to talk about it again.
I saw it. It's like
no, it won't be April.
Package is only $1,000 or something.
It will not be April.
Oh, that's true. The 30th? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be so tired.
No, the post-Adepticon episode of the podcast will be in April. So it
won't.
Chris, there's no way I'm gonna have the energy to podcast on March 30th.
Oh no! No, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man, we'll be tired,
I'm
but
gonna
we'll
be
do our
driving
best.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back then. I
What
don't
is this
know.
gonna be? The 13th Fleet Road Show?
On my way back talking. Okay, guys. Well, that was fun. Anybody has any other thoughts? Definitely put them in the comments. I'm curious to hear what people say. If our take is super dumb.
And if you want to play
best
me
ever.
at Adepticon or Garrett or Chris, I mean,
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
definitely,
it's
like I said, we're definitely going to be setting up in the free gaming room on some, at least one or two of the evenings, and probably live stream some of that stuff because
Sure.
I am set up to
That
do
would be
that.
something
So
to do after I
yeah,
if I get kicked real hard playing 40K and then go stand in line for a couple of hours to see the Golden Demon stuff.
all right. Well, you guys have a good night.
Bye,
Take
Chris.
care,
Bye,
y'all.
Brendan.
All right. So thank you so much for joining the show tonight. Again, like I said, I am not entirely sure if we are going to have a show on Thursday. So stay in touch on the Discord, stay in touch on Facebook, and I will have an announcement about whether or not we will have a show. Hopefully we will. Fingers crossed. You know, I would really like to get a game streamed on Thursday. If not, then the next time you will see us will be from Adepticon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great night.